You know, a recurring theme through all the years that I have been doing this, something that I mention constantly, is the fact that Republicans are straight up stupid. And that is a comment that I stand by, but it's also a comment that some people have said, well, maybe you shouldn't be so harsh on them. Maybe you ought to be a little bit nicer, maybe not say that they're stupid every 5 seconds, okay? I get it, I understand it, and I get where you're coming from. But let me tell you this. Do you know who else thinks that Republicans in Washington, D.C. are just dumb? The Republicans in Washington, D.C. think that. And they came out this week to let us know that even though they're a member of that party, boy, our party, our leadership, they're really dumb people. Here's what happened this week. On Tuesday, Republicans in control of the House of Representatives brought a bill to the floor. It was called the Flexibility for Workers Education Act. Now, you hear the name of it and you think like flexibility for workers training. Well, that's great. Workers are flexible to have training. No. What the bill would do is allow employers to deny overtime pay to workers who elect to undergo voluntary training that their job offers. So it's not about workers' flexibility, it's about employers' flexibility to not pay you the wages that you earn. But it failed, thank God. And it failed, according to the Republicans who voted against it, and even some who voted for it, because leadership didn't bother to check and see if they had enough votes to pass it before bringing it to the floor. Not only that, they also didn't bother to go around and whip the votes, get people on their side. They just had this legislation, didn't go through any of the normal processes that legislation goes through in terms of like having debates, having conversations with your own party, making sure everybody's on board and that you have the votes before you bring it. They just said, all right, here it is, vote. And it died. And it was such a humiliation for Republican leadership that the other 3 bills they were supposed to bring up right after that, they just said, nope, adjourned, we're not doing it. Apparently, we're too dumb to know how to do things. Here's what Republicans said. Representative Brian Fitzpatrick, who voted against the measure, said, I think it's really a question for them as to where they're getting their math. Another Republican who spoke to Politico said, they didn't even whip the fucking bill. Another said, it was unbelievably dumb and unbelievably reckless. Representative Jeff Van Drew, who voted against the bill, said this. Our majority is so tight, it's a problem. They should have whipped it, number one, and then secondly, my bad, I should have let them know, even if it was only a half hour before. So he's taking a little of the blame himself, like, oh, by the way, I'm going to vote against this. Not your fault, buddy. It's the fault of Republican leadership. Because another recurring theme that I have echoed over the years is that not only are they dumb, they literally just don't know how to govern. They don't know how to do basic things. Mike Johnson, Republican Speaker of the House, makes Forrest Gump look like a Rhodes Scholar. That's how dumb Mike Johnson is. I don't even think he has 2 IQ points to rub together to try to start a fire to keep himself warm. I genuinely think there's something wrong with him. But this is your Republican leadership, folks. This is the guy that's 3rd in line to be the next president of the United States should a disaster happen. And he's so dumb that his own members are out there telling Politico that they can't believe how dumb he is. Thanks for watching, and if you are not already subscribed to the channel, please do so, and do not forget to like and comment and share widely among your friends.